Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. It's Lorette, the Vintage Paper Girl. Welcome to my studio. Well, I want to welcome all my brand new subscribers. I do have a few each week. And I want to say a big welcome and hugs and kisses to all of my regular subscribers and watchers. I'm happy that you come back time and time again and watch and comment and like and do all those wonderful things so that I know you're there watching me, and it gives me a reason to make the next video. So anyway, I want to thank everyone. So today we're going to be doing some more vintage inspired Christmas ephemera. And what we're going to do today is some really quick and easy journaling cards and tags using a few things that are easy to find. So today I'm going to be using 6x6 paper pads that I got at Michael's. Could have been Joann's or Hobby Lobby, any of those places. And we're going to be using those to make our cards today. Plus, I'm going to be using printed ephemera. Now, you don't have to. You can use whatever you have. You could use old Christmas card images or whatever you want for the front of your tags. So, you know, whatever you have to use. You can use nothing but scrapbooking paper. Totally up to you what you want to use for your images. Cut them out of your scrapbooking paper and glue them onto another piece of scrapbooking paper, and you have a lovely card or tag. We'll probably add a few words and a few things here and there, but words you can cut out of magazines and books and things. So all these things can be done quick and easy, and it's not going to take us too much time. So I have a couple projects here. We'll see what I get through, probably only the one, but I also have some cute little seed packets I'd love to cover. We just do it the same way we do everything else. We could do a little collaging on them and add an image, or we could just put an image on there. We could just say, well, okay, let me see, I'll show you. We could just pop that image on there and stick a piece of lace on it or a word, or just like that, and use it in our books or our journals or whatever project we're doing. So very simple. I also want to make some fun little envelopes. So whatever we don't do in this video, we'll do in the next. All right. So these are some wonderful, these are Rachel at Roxy Creations, her background pages that I have printed on vellum. And I want to make some vellum baggies that are super quick and easy to decorate. And you pop a little card in there and you're good to go. Okay, so little quick, easy, fun journal fillers for your Christmas journals, or as gifts, or as tags to use on presents, whatever you would like. So I thought I would, the reason you're seeing so many of these is because I need to fill some journals and things. So I want to get these made. So I'm going to do probably video after video. What I'll try to do is put in other videos in between if I can, but I may not. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You could save these videos and watch them later when you're ready. But ladies, we are already in the second week of November. So it's not long till Christmas. Now, I want to show you a few of the things we've made and some I've made on my own in our last videos. I have two that I made not on video, and those are these right here, these darling little tags. And what I did is I took the scraps, when I lined the back of some of my, let's see, cards like this, I had paper scraps. So I cut them into tag shapes and left them to be decorated. So what I did was, if you remember our sticky napkins that I did, where I glued on napkin collage onto sticky back paper, and I made those strips. Well, I also made some card shapes, if you remember, some of the bigger pieces like this. And what I did is I just stuck them right on here, and right on the cards that were already waiting to be used, put a tab on them, added some words. I used some of Gail's trim from her, she has this trim kit in her Etsy shop, Gail Agustinelli. Beautiful trims. I used some of her trim here as well. So she's got some great trim, so go over there. To decorate, I added a few words from a Jewel Design, some lace, and some pearls, and voila. And this was an image from, oh, I can't think of the name. It'll come to me, but it's... Same with this one. Oh, you guys, my brain. Let me see. Let me pull out my little book and I can tell you where I got it in case you want to get it. Which book, though? That's the question, because I have a couple of these, if you remember. This company here has the cutest things. Oh, it's Tracy's Seaside Studio. She has a bunch of these darling retro pieces. In fact, I printed another sheet because I've used about half of them already. And they're tiny, and they're perfect for little things like this. So, really great way for us to add a little decoration when you don't want a big decoration. So, but I made these using the napkins. It was just plop it on there, you know, add a couple pieces, and boom, it was done. I think I finished them like 10 minutes flat. So, and then I inked them and we're ready to go. So I hadn't shared those with you. Oh, this is washi tape, and this is the Tim Holtz washi tape. And it comes in several of his tubes. And so I just used some washi tape on the sides to give it a little bling bling. So there you have it. There's those two. You've seen these. I'll just lay them out for you to look at again. These were done from Gail Augustinelli's receipt digital that she has in her Etsy shop. And then these are just some tags I got from Triple V Vintage. And the rest of these I made, you know, just using my usual, you know, the collage boards. So these are all the goodies we have made. So, whoops, that was the postcard one I did. The big one. So this is everything we've made so far. So these are to go into some of my journals. So I'm building a stash. And this is where we're going with all of it. So let me just put these away. I wanted to share those with you in case you missed some of them. These are made with the napkins. These here are all made. That one's made with the napkins. That is... I used a lot of the napkin washi on all of these. I call it sticky tape, sticky strips. So I'm keeping them in one of these clear so I don't knock off all the goodies or damage them or get them all dirty. So they're sitting on my project cart because they're going into some journals that are over on my project cart. So there we are. So I thought today we would get busy and see if we can get a few of these made. These are just some scraps that I have over on the side here. And of scrap paper, wrapping paper, all kinds of things. Oops, I don't need those right now. And I'll put those over here. And I kind of already put together some papers that I thought would, these are all just the 6x6 paper pads. I should have brought them out to show you. I bought them 2 years ago, I think, at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I think Hobby Lobby. So what I did is I just pulled out images that I thought would look good with the background papers. And that we could just do a real quick job on these. So let's I don't want to separate them because I've got them. It took me a little while to figure out what I wanted where. I think we'll start with this little couple under the umbrella. And I'm going to start by inking. Oh dear. That was funny. Okay. Me and ink pads, like, you notice like I'm throwing these everywhere? I don't know if I'm just having trouble holding them with my hand. My hand's still pretty swollen if you look at it. I don't want to show it off too much. But I think that the little sleeve that I'm wearing, I'm going to have to keep wearing whenever I'm not crafting. So that's okay though. You know, you start getting older and things start falling apart. So I did put a new sponge on here. The last one, it literally came apart. The sponge came apart from the Velcro backing they put on it. It literally just disintegrated. I don't know what the deal was. It was hardly used. And I was like, well, so I'll throw that one away. Now, I would like to round the corners on this. This is a scrap, actually. I see from looking at this. Let's see. Do I have room to cut it down? Because I notice it's really, well, we can try to fix the corner. These were bigger. They were over 6x6, and I used a piece of it, apparently. This all came out of my scrap. These that are not the full 6x6, so you can see this isn't a full 6x6, came out of a scrap pad. So, I mean, not a scrap pad, one of the pads, and These are scraps left over. So I think that looks okay, that corner. I can give it a little more trim. There we go. Now I can just ink that. If you don't like to ink, you don't have to worry about it. It's good to go. You can have a rough edge if you want. I prefer my edges to be smooth. Now the question on these is, it's white on the back. It depends on how you feel about white journal cards. I personally don't mind them as long as I ink the backs. Now, to make these stronger, I could back them, and I may go back and do that after, because you can back them at any time, either before or after you make your card. So if I decide to, I'll do it after. I don't want to take the time now to glue to do all that. So, and the question is, I was thinking about putting it on kind of a paper like this to make it look really old on the back. So we'll see. If I do that, I'll share that with you. All right. I was just going to craft today and wasn't going to turn on my my video, and I thought, oh, why not? Maybe somebody wants to know how to do these, you know. Now the question is, do I want anything behind them? If I want to make it super simple, I wouldn't. If I don't care about it being simple and I want to jazz it up a little bit, I could add like a little music paper, which oh boy, I usually do a better job than that. Goodness gracious. Having one of those days, aren't I? All right. I kind of like that Singing in the Rain look there. How tall do I want it? I still want to make this quick because I want to get a bunch done. So why don't I don't want all that white. So let's get rid of that real quick. Ink it, glue it, and hopefully we're done. Now, if you're not a fancy person and you just want a very simple journal card, just glue that image on and you're done. Okay? So there are some, if I put some of this in my altered book Christmas journal, I don't really want a lot of heft, so I may have to I just don't need it that wide. I really don't. Probably why I have a lot of these little skinny pieces, because I realized partway through that I don't need something quite so wide on there. I just want a little bit of something like next to her. I also don't need it so tall. And I'll use those bits later. I always do. You know that. So on something smaller where I just need a bit of something. There's my little scissors. Just want to kind of take off the little sharp edges. Oh, you know what? I don't want to glue on this. I just kind of been using that as a, let me throw that off my desk here somewhere where it can stay whole and not get all bent up. I just want to use a glue sheet, like something like this. This one's an older one. Let's get some glue stick. I hope you're all well. How are you guys? What are you up to? Hope everybody's healthy and safe and hopefully crafting. Guys, I hear an alarm. I'm concerned. Hopefully someone doesn't have a fire in their kitchen. If it continues to go off, well, I may have to turn off the video and call my husband to go check. He checks on my elderly neighbors. Okay. Hold on, I might have to call him. That alarm's been going off for a little while. Which neighbor is it? Looking for smoke. Hold on, guys. Oh, gosh. Okay, the alarm went off. Hallelujah. I was getting ready to call my husband to go check it out. Fire department's right around the corner. We could almost run there faster than we can call. So, we all look after each other. We do have some elderly neighbors. We have quite a few. And we, in this neighborhood, what I love is we all look out for each other. We really, really do. So, I would be devastated if any one of them had a fire. Funny, I have a professional basketball player. He's a pro ball player, and he lives across the street. His name has to remain anonymous. But he has been away playing and is back home and from his trip from playing, and occasionally he does burn things in the kitchen. Let's see, I don't know if I want a glue stick or I want to, let me see, is this one working? Yay, it's working. He occasionally sets stuff off on fire in the kitchen when he's home, because he's never home. So he goes, his wife's at work. She's a counselor at the high school. And then he has a little guy who's, I think, in kindergarten this year. Kindergarten or first grade. I lost track of time. But, so they're off for the day doing their thing, and he's home alone. So hopefully he doesn't set the house on fire. Because he's never home and probably doesn't really know how to use all the appliances all that well. So it's like he gets out of the habit, because he's gone for months and months at a time. Sometimes half a year, sometimes a whole year. So anyway, it's kind of funny. But not, you know, you worry about him burning down the house. He just he remodeled the entire house inside and out, the backyard. So, you know, you'd hate to see something happen. So now you can stop right there. If you would like, you could add a little tab to this to make it a journaling card, and make it a tag or a card, journaling card. I like that up there. Do you guys like that? I mean, there's two sides to it, but I kind of like that side with that. I think I'll put it on there. And we're done. See, look how quick that was. No big deal. We're using scrapbooking paper for all of it. This is scrapbook paper. This is scrapbook paper. So, except for this. These are Rachel at Roxy Creations. I think her kit from 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. One of her first ephemera kits. Someone said they couldn't find her little people. You need to realize that I'm using people from probably 3 or 4 different kits. I also tend to cut images out of her, out of the paper. What do you call it? The background journal kit. Let me see if I can pull this back a little. All right. And I cut images off of that. I cut them off of her tags and cards, you know, everything she has. So my images are kind of custom cut for me. But I use all of them. So if someone said, well, what kit did it come out of? I couldn't tell you, because she has some of the same images in each kit. And then there are images that are different as well. So, gosh, that went on crooked, and I can't fix it because it's like glitter glue. All right, card 1 done. Now, if I want to do my normal thing, I would add lace, and I may or may not, but that one's done. Could back it or not, up to me, right, later. But for now, if I just want to slide this into a pocket of my altered book, here, I'll share that with you. I know most of you have already seen this, but if you see this here, oh, let's see, where's our top pockets? I know we have them. Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. Okay, I think, is there a top pocket? No, there's a side pocket, so we wouldn't do it on that one. Ah, but here's a top pocket here. So we could easily take this big old card and slide it in here. And that is perfect for this little journal. I'm going to assume we could slide it in here, but now I'm wondering. Oh, there we go. It just hasn't been open since you saw me make it the other day. Okay, you guys. Talk about awkward, right? Gosh. Trying to make sure I don't say any bad adult words here. Okay, so there you go. Matches her. Looks good up there. Ready to go. I need that to dry, otherwise I would stick it in there. So that's what I'm making a lot of this stuff for, is to fill in my pockets. Whatever's left will go into another journal that I may or may not make, depending upon if I do. It's going to be a lot easier if I have stuff ready to go. So let's move on to the next one. Now, this is a full 6x6, and that is too wide, as you just saw. So I would say this is as wide as we're allowed to go. and this is 4.5. So what I might do to give myself extra room, how wide is this little baby? Let's see. This is 3 3/4. So why do I hear fire trucks? Tell me they're not coming here. Or that was another neighbor and they did have a fire. If one drives up to the street, I'm gonna oh my goodness. Okay, so that leaves me a tiny little strip. Is that gonna fit on there? You guys, I just cut that and then didn't realize. Oh yes, it does. It makes a nice little, I just want to frame it out. And I can also cut this down some, which I may do because I already have these prepped and ready to go. But this gives me a nice little mini strip. It can be anything. So let me see about cutting this down just a bit, and then I'll round the corners. Okay, let me re-round the corner. And before I do that, I want to cut just a sliver off the top to give us a little more edge all the way around. And even though this has it has the tiniest little white edge on the bottom. Oh, see, we cut that off. All right, now we'll re-round the corners for everything. There we go. And that gives us a little bit more of an edge all the way around. And I'm going to round these as well because it can be a tag or a card. There we are. Now let's do a little inking. Gosh, you guys, I have a really upset stomach for the last 2 days. I don't know. Probably the medication I've been taking for pain is upsetting my tummy today. We'll see if I make it through the video or not. Sorry, I hate to keep complaining. Back to positive behavior. Just letting you know in case I have to end the video. Maybe drink some water. I was doing fine till I had some coffee this morning, and it just did not agree with me. Okay. It was a peppermint coffee too. It wasn't even a crazy, like, heavy one. Again, this is just scrapbook paper and an image, and I'm not sure where this image came from. It may have come from Rachel, or it could have come from Dreams, Etc. I don't remember. Like I said, I cut all these so long ago. I have no, there really isn't room to add anything underneath. So it's just going to be a very, very simple card with a tag. I gotta not put this down until I'm sure where I want it to go. All right, hopefully it's straight. I have a problem with crooked. Everything I do is crooked. I think I have a crooked eye or crooked brain or something that's crooked. I was watching Gail's video today, and she was working on her Altar Christmas book, and she got a kick out of when I told her that I had a corner of shame. It tickled her. And she shared it with her followers, which I love because it's fine with me. I have no problem with her sharing that. Because it started out as a small little corner over by where I store my paper, kind of between my two carts, my carts and my shelf for my paper. And then it sort of grew past that, and it sort of crept in a little, and pretty soon I was about a third of the way into the room. So it went from being a corner of shame to half a room of shame. And I called that because it was just Everything kept getting thrown in there. I'm going to go back to this one for just a quick second. I feel like I want a word or something or a, the word jolly, and it's already cut out, so I don't have to do anything. Yeah, I felt like it needs a little something. It didn't have to have that. You could keep it very simple, but you know me. Oh, I cannot do anything simple. Doesn't matter how hard I try. But I wanted to show you, you could keep it very simple without the paper if you didn't want it, without a tag, without ribbon, without everything, and it would look just fine. Looked perfect. But you know how I am. This is still a little too white for me. These are one of Jolene's Added Jewel Designs. Her Christmas definitions. Love them. Use them all the time. For those of you who are new and don't know, Jolene Burt is a jewel design, and she is my daughter, and we share an Etsy shop. It's where I sell. She does digitals, and then if she makes a kit from her digitals, she sells her kits over there. Her journal, but mainly it's all of her digitals and that she makes, and then the things she makes for me as well. And that's where I sell my physical items if I sell them. And so I do promote her kits, and there's a direct link to her shop, our shop, in the drop down box, the description box. So you can find these tags, Christmas words, all kinds of fun digitals, you know, all that kind of stuff over there. So yes, she is my daughter, and she's a professional graphic artist. So I talked her into coming over here and using her graphic arts degree to do digitals and things for us. Now, would you put a word on this? I'm not thinking so, because there's a lot of words and everything. I think it's cute the way it is. I don't know if I have anything cut, because I already used that. That would be cute with this. No, I would have to cover the word. So I think I'm just going to leave it as is for right now, you guys. I think it's just cute the way it is. I suppose when I go to put it in, if I want to do more, I can. But this just shows you how easy it is to just take a piece of scrapbooking Christmas paper and an image of any kind from anywhere, and make yourself a journaling card that someone could write on in the journal. Another thing you could do is you could add a tab on the side, which, you know what, I believe I just saw over there that there was one where this would go on the side. So I think I will fold this. I finally got that whale tail, you guys. So, you know, I'm using it like crazy. I thought about just cutting a bunch of Christmas stuff and selling the punches on my Etsy shop. Now, see, I could put that there, and then you could just pull it out from the side and use it. That would work. You could also, if you really wanted to, what's the word? Stencil on the back of that. And if you didn't want to leave it just plain white all over, you could do a quick little stencil. Let me see if I have my stencil that I want to use. Oh, I just found one in my stash that I got from Mixed Media, Minnesota. That's very lacy. I didn't even know I had it. It was in with the kits that I bought from her. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to put like a little, like there, like that. Isn't that cute? Just put a little something here, as I like to say. A little something, something. There, cute. Okay, so that gives us a nice back without taking any time at all. Like a second just to do that. Aren't those adorable? Oh, wait, where'd it go? I forgot to glue it on. Hello, I'm in a hurry. I want to use the side with the most color that kind of blends in with that. So let me get my glue. I'm having a day, aren't I? That's what happens when you don't do videos very often. Trying to get back into the swing of videos after being gone for a little while due to my injured wrist. Okay. Which is slowly but surely getting better, but it's not gonna probably be okay for quite some time. Can't do steroids. I'm allergic to them, so. All right. Got to tough it out. All right. I do have a special anti-inflammatory cream I use that helps a ton. So there we go. 2 done. Let's see. Let's move on to another one. We'll cut this one down just like the last one. There is a little room for some things we could probably do on there. So this is, I'm going to put that over here for a minute. This is 3.5, so we definitely want to do the 4. That'll leave us a little strip to play with. I thought it was perfect. It had bells. That had bells. Really cute pad. I was trying to think where they were. If I have them in here. Let me see, you guys. I don't think I have the pads in here. Paper pads in here. Hold on a sec. I'm at the cabinet. Now I think they're in my drawers in my sewing room where I keep all my scrapbook paper. My older scrapbook paper, not my new stuff, but all my old scrapbook papers in there. And my Christmas. All my holiday stuff's in the sewing studio, not in here. Not enough room in here for everything. My daily stuff just takes up so much space. So, also what I want to do is I'm going to cut the edges down on this a little bit. Just cut it off just a hair. I love this. This is so pretty. I think this is one of Rachel's. I don't know. I've got to go through my digital files and reprint some things. Okay, so let me get my corner rounder. All right. Whoops, I almost pulled that out of there too soon. We're filling that up, so we're gonna empty that. That's my little trash bucket. And, oh, I love this little bell paper. Isn't it cute? I want it to show a bit. So cutting that down does help. I could take it down some more. I'm thinking about taking it right down to that edge to give me more background paper. I could do it by hand, but I'd really like it to be straight. So there we go. Right down to the bare minimum is what I'm going to do. There. I mean, really right down to it. A little tricky, right? I don't know if my head's in camera. I hope not. Sorry if it is. All right. Okay, that would do better, I think. So I got to re-around the corners, which I don't mind doing. It actually is one of my favorite things to do. Strange, right? What are you guys up to? Anything exciting happening in your lives? Probably like me, just working at it every day, doing what we got to do, chores, laundry, working if you work outside your home. Or maybe you work in your home, work from home. I'm trying to think if we're doing anything exciting. We did have our gardener come by and give us an estimate, our landscaper, on extending our back patio by adding a brick patio to one side where it either stays really like swampland in the winter and then dries out and is just crazy hard in the summer. The lawn is just a disaster. We can't seem to level it out no matter what we do. So we're thinking of putting a patio there that I can put my ping pong table on. So we can play ping pong in the summer and cornhole and all that fun stuff. So we got to had him come out and look at that. And then we want a walkway down the front. We have a sidewalk that does an L, but we have all this grass in front and everybody cuts across the grass to go park there where they park their cars. So we're thinking about putting something there as well, a walkway. And we had him look at that, we asked for an estimate. So, because Greg doesn't want to do that project. He just doesn't. I don't blame him. He's done so many. He's like, no, I'm kind of done, honey. I'm like, yeah, I don't blame you, sweetie. You did so much work this year, so. But I doubt it'll get done until, I said, well, if you're slow during the winter, you know, you're welcome to do it. Because we don't get rain like everybody else and snow. We're in California. We get very little of that. So where we live in the Central Coast, we're close to the coast. So we don't have that. And you pretty much work on a project year round. So, but he's like, well, maybe in the spring. And I'm like, well, do you have slow time in the winter? Well, I don't know. You know, he kind of wasn't giving me, so I don't know. I may call a couple landscapers and have us give us some estimates. Because we actually have all the stone, the sand that we need. Just take some rock. Because you have to have bedrock and stuff down. And, oh, the sirens are busy today. Busy day. Tell I live close to where the ambulance is stationed and the fire trucks, and we're right by the hospital, so we hear it all day. I don't even pay attention to it. I don't even know if you guys can hear it. I doubt it. Seems like YouTube filters out a lot of weird sounds that you don't hear. I know you can hear it, and they're like, no, I don't hear it. And I was like, well, I think YouTube blocks it out for us. So I'm not sure. Do we want to add? I love this as is. The only thing I could put, but it says a Merry Christmas, so I don't know that it needs anything else. What else would you put on there? I just don't think... Well, let me see. Let me see. I don't think there's anything else I would want to put on there. I want to keep it quick. There's berries. I was looking for the word holly, I think. I don't remember if there was holly in this set or not. Or if I just wish there was. Oh, there is. Okay. Yeah, I've got it a couple places, so we're good. I'm not going to bother with the clip since we're... I'm not sure I would like it there. I just want to... Where'd it go? Wait. Oh, there it is. Okay, I lost it. Sorry, I was concentrating. Alrighty, so not much else going on around here. And I could take, if I want to excite it, I could add a little bit of music paper. Does it really add anything? I don't think so. Kind of put it up there almost like a tab. Let's see. Actually, I just kind of like it by itself. Or not at all. Kind of just like it as it is, just as a journal card. Just to stick it in the, you know, I don't think it has to be anything fancy every single time. What else did I pull? Let me grab my pile of goodies here. I picked that for that. That could be cut down just a little bit, but I think that's plenty of paper. Let me see how wide that is. That may not fit in any of my pockets. 4.5. That is pretty wide, but it's probably okay as is. And then this, let me see how wide this is. 4.5 as well. But this has a ripped edge, so I think I would cut it down just a little bit and maybe use it like that. Okay. Where's that card? Which one did I say? Oh, it was this one. Okay. Let's make it 4 1/4 instead of 4 1/2. Let's round our edge. Where did I just put my rounder? Oh, buried it under the papers. Of course I did. I'm wondering if I should make this 4 1/4 because I don't know if that would fit into one of these pockets. Let me see. Do I have any more top loading? That side. There's a top loading one right there. As you can see, I haven't really done too much more with this. Once I round it, it'll go in it. I think my problem is I kind of have shaky hands today, so it's like, well, it does fit. Okay, I don't feel like I gotta cut it down. It's good to have your book to check your work though, right? So we'll go ahead and do that one too. Just nice and easy. It's nothing difficult. I just wanted to share an easy little project with you guys that anybody could do. It'd be very quick. Just use your scrapbook papers because everybody's always asking, well, what about scrapbook paper? Oh, I use it too. And I cut images out of scrapbook papers if there's bells or flowers or Santas on it or, you know, whatever you've got. It's real simple to do. Now this one, I'm thinking I could add a bit of like music paper out the corner maybe. Or book page. Or nothing. Or, oh, you know what I'm thinking? Oh gosh, where do I have those? Do I have any in my bag? Oh, would I get that lucky? Probably not. I have white, but I'm looking for my brown, what do you call it? Doilies. Oh wait, I see one. I didn't want to have to go. I see several. Here I'm thinking I don't have any doilies. I do. I was thinking on this one, a doily would be fun. Not this whole thing, but let's just put it underneath. Or like on the side. Oh, wouldn't that be cute? Okay, well, let's do that. Let's cut some of that off and put that on the end. Maybe even hang it off a little bit. Just for a little something, but it's not a big thing. It's just a quick little something. So let's get the big scissors to do that. And let's put it like right there and then put it on there. Wouldn't that be cute? So that becomes like a little pull tab. All right, let's do that. Where's my ink? Oh, here it is. Oh gosh, okay. I just don't really have a lot to talk about right now. I know in a couple weeks will be after Thanksgiving week. I put away all of my fall decor and bring in my Christmas decor, assuming it's here and we have room. So we're still up in the air about that. We haven't done our project. I'm hoping today after I film a couple videos, I am going to start bringing boxes in and getting them into the plastic bags to be shredded. So my husband was going to get a quote from Shred It to shred our documents. So as soon as we can do that, we are good to go. Then we will have room in the garage for I'm thinking I want to hang it out just a little bit over the edge. I mean, just a little bit. I know it's not particularly strong, but I think it'd be neat. wherever it's hanging out of, you would see a little bit of that lacy edge. So let's do that. Let me get some, oh, I'm warm. Okay, having a hot flash here. Started my day off with a terrible headache, so took my meds, but sometimes they make me shaky and hot, and I'm having a hot flash because of them. So, and then you get excited about what you're doing, and it's like, whew, I'm a little warm. Oh gosh, you guys, I realized I wasn't doing that top. I'll just wipe that off there. That'll just give it a little body. Right? We have a little body we didn't have a minute ago. And I could still pretty much center this. Awesome. I actually think this is very sheer, so I think I would like to just use some glue stick on this. It's not a very heavy. I don't want to waste my glitter glue. I'd rather use my glue stick for this, since this is a really good glue stick. This is the Scotch Create, for those of you who are new, and it's the glue stick I prefer because it's a wetter, but it's not watery, so it doesn't ripple all your work. It's a dry glue stick, but it is super duper sticky, and it works on fabric and paper, and I don't get anything for that. I am not an affiliate. I just love the product, and I like to share what I love, as you guys know. If I love it, I'm sharing it. I don't have anything new to share with you. No new Etsy, because as I said, I'm cutting back on everything for right now. Waiting to spring, I guess. All right, I'm going to let that dry a little bit before I ink it, because it's pretty wet around the edges there. Got some glue everywhere, so we're just going to let that dry for a few minutes, and then I'll go back and ink the back. Let's work on this one. We're going to do the same kind of thing. I think I would love to have a little, maybe a little something at the top. I like that. So I'm going to cut it off right about here. Hopefully I got a good angle on that. These have these funny little spots in them. Okay. Hopefully I'm on screen, you guys. I do have to ink this. I fussed around a little, but if I hadn't, I think I could have gotten through all of these. I'm going to try to get through all of them. We'll see if I can. I love this paper. Kind of has a faux background. It's a kind of a woodland paper pad. Little. I think this is the 8x8 or the 6x6. I'm not sure. This is pretty tall, and I think it's actual size. Yeah, this might have been an 8x8 piece. I had the 6 and the 8s in Christmas pads, so. And the scrapbooking pads. And I love scrapbook paper. Absolutely adore it. Actually, it's the only thing I ever used until I found out there was such a thing as digitals. And once I found that out, my whole world opened up. I could have so many more choices, because I don't have a craft store near me. I have to go to another town or two. Depends on, to go 2 towns away if I want to go to Joann's and Hobby Lobby, and I have a town away if I want to go to Michael's. So, you know, it's kind of like, gotta go with what you have. And so digitals just open up a world where I could have all these prints and words and all kinds of things I couldn't find in the craft store. And I saw people using it, and I didn't know where they were getting all these fabulous images from. And the minute I found out about digitals, oh my gosh, I was hooked. But I was spending a fortune in ink, but with an HP printer, and you can do the HP Insta Ink, you can print just tons and tons. You pick your printer plan, and it's really worth it. And I have an older version of my printer that I really like, and I keep buying it until I can't find it anymore, and then I'm going to have to move up to a newer version that I probably won't like as well. So don't ask me what my printer is, because it's very old and it's hard to find them. I find new ones every now and then. for sale on Amazon. And when I do, I buy it. I have one sitting in the garage waiting. And so when this one I'm using right now quits on me, I can use it. Yay. I'm so excited I have one in reserve. As long as I can get the ink. When I can't get the ink anymore and HP doesn't recognize it, then I gotta go to one I maybe don't like. Okay. I think that's fairly straight, I'm hoping. Because if it's not, oh well. Oh. Ink, ink, ink. Yeah, it is kind of delicate up there. I may put something behind that, but I love that. Love, love, love it. This one, because it's got words written on it, doesn't need anything else. Now this one, I could put a word or a phrase on that. Or even one down this side. I'm thinking greetings, maybe. These are jewel design. Like down the side, maybe. Let's see how that looks. I like a longer blade, so I can just do it one cut instead of a bunch of little cuts. So if you do it right, you just have to do a couple cuts. Oh yeah, or I could put it there. I was trying not to cover up the mistletoe. How about right there? That looks good. That's cute. Let's do that. It says greetings, Christmas greetings. We could say faithful mistletoe, stockings, comfort. Could say comfort greetings. Well, I don't care if it repeats it. I really don't. I think it's cute. I'm going to leave it. Oh, let me cover this so it doesn't dry out. Beautiful weather right now. 60s, low 70s, California. Been having rain. Last night we had a very wet fog. It almost looked like rain this morning when I got up, but it was not. So, I just scribble the glue all over the place. I'm not a very organized gluer. Crazy amount of stuff on my desk, right? Cute. Ready to go. Okay. Now this one's dry or more dry, so I can go and give it some ink, and you can use any color you want if you like to do the distressing. You could use red or green or burgundy. I have some really pretty colors to use, but of course they're not in the room with me. They're in my sewing studio. That one says enough, so it doesn't need anything else. We'll go back and do the back side of this one. And honestly, I'm really liking the stencil. So, here. Maybe we'll do this. This is kind of cool. I can use my brush too. I just being lazy today and didn't want to pull it out. Figure since I had a new sponge, I could probably, oh, that's cool. Just put a little. Here we are. Is that cool or what? All right, so piece of cake. This one, I think I'll just do a quick. have to be careful doing that because then you just bend it up like I just did, which you don't want to do. Oh boy, I need to be careful with that. That's the only problem with doing that as hard as I just did it. I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. There we go. I like doing the backs. I'm really excited about that. I think I'm going to do this one too. Might as well keep this batch consistent, right? Then I know where it came from. But maybe we'll do this corner this time. And we'll go down here. And we'll do... And this paper has texture to it, so you could see the texture when you do the stenciling. So there we go. All right. Do I have time to do one more? I don't. Oh no. Let's see. What do I have till? Oh, we're running out of time. I don't know if I could do one, maybe one more. One more. What do you think, guys? Let's do one more. I mean, look at, we zip through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's with fussing around a little bit. Trying to decide what to do. Oh, I love the snowman. I have not done a snowman yet. So we need to make him, we'll make it four wide. Hopefully that's not too, yep, that works perfect. Otherwise I think he'd be lost in all of that. I am going to take this and I'm going to, make it look a little older, like not quite so white. I will ink the whole thing in just a minute here. Sorry, I'm falling off my chair. Oh, okay, you guys. I know, did I finish my story about the corner of shame, that I've got it all cleaned up now and it looks really beautiful? I think I already told that story in one of my other videos, but Kale got a kick out of it. So she showed me her corners of shame. She had a couple areas. I did too. My sewing studio looked about the same. I still have a tabletop that I need to clean up. Cutting counter that I need to put everything into the clear snap bags that I get from Amazon. Okay, now that makes it a little more, you know, instead of it being a brand new paper, it makes it look a little more vintage. Let me get that, just go around that lightly. All right, and we're ready for him. Now he's going to need something, guys. What do we want for him? He is not going to go with nothing. I think we're going to be putting a piece of music with him for sure. Let me take off the bottom. Where's my scissors? You can tell I shop at Michael's. I have a Michael's card that I use all the time. Oh, I used to, till the pandemic. I haven't been there since it started. I think no, take that back. I did go once. Once or twice. There we go, just like that. Perfection. Okay, got it. Let's get that glued on there. Kind of want to just age that up a little bit. Squish it up. Smoosh it up. Now let's work up here. Get that in there. Gotta figure out where that's gonna go again. I think I will use glitter glue because this is a little bit thicker card here. This is my presentation paper. Sorry, you guys, but this is going to be a little over an hour. The room's creaking and cracking. I wonder if we're having a tiny little earthquake. Could be. Happens all the time around here. All right, the only thing I would like is if there's the word snow, but I have maybe used up all my snow words. I think I need to, oh, there's one. Yay, let's get that. Again, I'm using one of the Jewel Design words, Christmas words. If you don't have it, go get it. You won't regret it. I use them all on just about everything. I have other words from other people, but I just like the red and green of this. It's very vintage. It's got a little bit of the vintage brown in it, and so she did an awesome job making these work for those of us who like a bit of the vintage words. I also have another one I use. But see, sometimes you just need a little word. I want it over here. Okay. Get the white edge off. I mean, I try to get it all off, but, you know, it's hard to, especially when you're in a hurry. I don't think it needs anything behind it, so. Nope, that is not coming up. Oh, there you go. Super cute, right? Oh my gosh, that's adorable. Darling, darling, darling. And then let me see if I have any a tab that would be cute on that to go. But I don't know if it's going to go from the side or the top, so I probably won't put one on right now. But there you have, nice, quick, simple, easy word. And there were only 2 we didn't get to. So I feel pretty good that we got, you know, most of these done. I did pick a lot out to do. If I want to go really long, I could finish them, but I don't think you really want me to do that. I mean, I'm sure you guys have other things to do today, besides watch me make journaling cards. I didn't really do any tags, but I mean, they could be considered tags because they have a tab at the top. I'm just giving it a little word, see what I think here. Snow, cute, huh? I like it. There we go. I want to do this one too. You don't have to do this. You can make this so much faster if you don't do this in the back. So that's just my thing. But I still think those are very quick. And in under an hour, because I think really only about 45 minutes of our time was, you know, taken up working on this. Let me clean up some of this mess, you guys. Goodness gracious. I get it going. There is like no stopping the mess, right? All right. There we go. Get all this stuff out of the way. And we will look at what we made today. We made this one, which we just finished. We made this one. And we made this one. And this one, and this one. So we got 6 tags done. We probably could have done 8 had I just zipped along and didn't stop to, you know, think about it too much. And you never know. I may go back and add a few little things, or I may leave them exactly as they are. I won't know till I go to put them in the book whether they need a tab or something on them. But other than that, I'm very, very happy with that. And I hope you are too. And I hope you enjoyed our little crafting session. I'm looking to see, oh wow, we are over a little bit. Okay, well, thank you for coming along, you guys, and hanging out with me in the studio and having a bit of a play with some more ephemera, Christmas ephemera. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope you will come back and watch our next video, which we will be working with some of those other papers I showed you. And then after that, I think I have 1 or 2 of those, and then we're going to be moving on to our journals. So we have the binder journal, and we'll finish up the book, and so the altered Christmas book. So I think that's about it. I'll see you all very soon. Love you guys. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.